Hello friends, I am Prashanth Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel Social Critic. Today let's discuss about the last chapter of the history of 10th standard. That is the 10th chapter, the political development of 20th century. So in this chapter, let us discuss about, in this video, I made it two videos, and in that, the first part, there the First World War, the rise of dictators, and the Second World War, let us discuss. And the revolutions, Russian Revolution, Chinese Revolution, and Cold War. So that one separate another video. And here let us discuss about the First World War, the rise of dictators, and Second World War. First of all, let us discuss about the First World War. The 19th century, which observed the 20th century, which observed at the end of 19th century, the fill of confusion in the beginning of the 20th century. The world observed two world wars, the biggest destruction we observed there in the 20th century. And for this world war, so there should be one reason, some causes. So which are the causes for this world war we have to see. First of all, extreme nationalism. So nationalism is very good, but if it crossed the limit, our country is great, definitely we should have that opinion, but our country is greater than other countries are worst, so that is bad. And in the name of nationalism, we should not occupy other countries. And in the name of nationalism, our national leaders, whatever they do, we should not support. And there what happens, if we support that, if they are bad practices also, if they are negative also, if we support, then the problem comes, the dictatorship comes. So that extreme nationalism created the problem. That is the one of the causes for the extreme, the First World War. And next one, economic and military expansion. And here, to develop the economy, and they thought, so we have to go to other country, we have to make other countries as colonies. An expansion of military to occupy the colonies. In the colony, European countries, they were fighting each other for the supremacy. The competition in the having more and more colonies, especially in Africa and Asia. So to fight against another country, military expansion. So this led to the war, the First World War. And war preparedness. And some countries there in the Europe, they thought definitely war will be there, that another country, that group will attack on us. So we should be prepared. Both the groups, they started to prepare themselves for the war. There is another cause. And the Europe divided into two groups. Formation of two groups is another cause, very important cause here. That is triple entity and triple alliance. Triple entity, the countries like England, France and Russia. These three countries form triple entity. Against that triple alliance, Germany, Austria-Hungary and Italy. So to remember very easy, Germany, Austria, Hungary, so it ate Italy. Germany, Austria-Hungary and Italy. That's a triple alliance. So like this two groups, two party developed. So when two party developed, they suspect each other, hatred is started, and expansion of military power started, increasing weapons started, and that resulted in the war. And so this war, one spark necessary to start a bike, spark plug, how it is important. The immediate cause is important one. Both are waiting. It's very hot condition, like volcano, and one small reason necessary. So that is the immediate cause. What is the first immediate cause for the First World War? Assassination of Austrian Crown Prince Archduke Francis Ferdinand by a Serbian at Sarajevo is the immediate cause for the First World War. So in 1914, Austrian Crown Prince Archduke Francis Ferdinand was assassinated by a Serbian, the person from Serbia at Sarajevo. It is the immediate cause. So in 1914, First World War started up to 1918. Yeah, and course of the war. Here, in the beginning, as I told earlier, in the immediate cause, Serbian killed Austrian crown prince. Austria decided to attack on Serbia because Austrian crown prince was murdered. So immediately Austria is the opposite party to England. England decided to support Serbia. Okay, so there started. But in the beginning, so here the big B, USA stayed neutral, and other parties they are waging the war. And in the beginning, Triple Alliance got upper hand. But here, suddenly USA entered into the war. The final stage, USA joined the group of England and France. What made USA to enter into the First World War? So that is German submarine destroyed England ship Lusitania. German submarine destroyed the England ship Lusitania that made USA to enter into the war. How it is possible? USA ship not destroyed, but that Lusitania carrying goods from England to America. So one reason they need. So American goods were there. That was destroyed. Germany thought it is England ship, so destroyed. But which USA got one chance to enter. It entered into the war. That became decision, the turning point there. As there was a revolution in Russia in 1917. In 1917, Russian Revolution started. So Russia could not attend, could not participate in the war. So it entered an agreement with Germany and withdrew from the war. Germany told, I will not be there in the war, and withdrew and stopped war there. So it went out of the war. And there, the other groups with US, England and France, USA attacked on Germany, and finally Germany accepted its defeat. So this is the course of the war. What is the result? Mainly, the Germany was forced to sign the humiliating Treaty of Versailles in 1919. It's a very important one here. Germany forced to sign the humiliating treaty. Why it is humiliating treaty? According to this treaty, Germany is the reason, the main leader of the opponent party, defeated party. So Germany was divided into many parts. Economic important parts were taken by the victory countries. And the defeated country Germany was levied huge war indemnity, $6,600,000,000 in 1919, just imagine. So as a result, its economic condition completely destroyed. So that is the humiliating treaty, and this became the cause for the Second World War also. And Austro-Hungary and Ottoman empires lost their existence, completely lost their existence. They were no more. And Germany lost most of its geographic area. So because of all this, the physical map of Europe underwent change. The full physical map of Europe changed, because many parts of these joined with the other countries. And by knowing the problems of this war, future wars, to stop the future wars, League of Nations came into existence in 1919. And German industries exploited unemployment and negative economic growth for their benefit. In Germany, industries are there. Because of the economic problems, many people are suffering from unemployment. Unemployment reached the top position and negative economic growth started. So these industrialists, they used that one, they encashed this one, they got benefit, they exploited these unemployment people. And so as a result, at that time, when we fell into the water, if we get a small straw also, it is enough for us. So like that, the dictators, they use this one, they encash this position, this critical condition, they use this one. They converted that situation into their opportunity. And some people like Hitler and Mussolini emerged as dictators. Rise of dictators like Hitler and Mussolini caused Second World War. The arms manufacturers of France, England, Germany and USA made profit. And the loss of human life, unprecedented. More than 1 crore people lost their lives, including civilians. And here, soldiers and civilians both. And 2 crore became injured. And the 35 lakh became permanently disabled. Yeah. So, this war caused huge death and sufferings in large number. So this is the result of the First World War. Next we have to discuss about Adolf Hitler. I think everyone knows, friends, you know about this Adolf Hitler. Hitler is the dictator of Germany. And this Hitler in his young age was very naughty and very active person. Yeah. And this person, his father was very cruel. Yeah. And always this father and son quarreling, and actually in the young age itself he lost his father because at the age of 52 his father got a child named Hitler. And afterwards he didn't get interest in the education also. He left the education and joined German army. And in the German army, he participated in the First World War. After the First World War, in the Germany that was forced to sign Treaty of Versailles. In the Treaty of Versailles, as I told, the humiliating treaty, and German army was restricted to only 1 lakh. The number reduced to 1 lakh. So at that time Hitler lost. He came out. He didn't continue in the army. He could not continue in the army. And afterwards, he was very good orator. And he jumped into the politics. There, a National Socialist German Workers' Party was there in 1920. So he joined to that. And later it became Nazi Party, the main party of Hitler. And then in this party he contested and he became the Chancellor of Hindenburg. He became the Chancellor of Germany. And after the death of President Hindenburg, he became the dictator. He became the Führer. Führer means a leader who does not do any mistake. As a dictator, no one should oppose him. So his nature like that. Everyone should, the youngsters, they should join the military. Those who don't want to join the military should be killed. It's a waste, national waste, he will think like that. Yeah, he's a very short person, and the strange thing is Hitler was suffering from inferiority complex. And he declared that Nazi party as the only party of Germany. And also he put forward the supremacy of the German race, the Aryan race theory. Aryans are the great people and they should rule the world. And others are to be ruled. And he nurtured ultra-nationalism. He used Nazism to inculcate these values among these Germans. And in the Nazi principles, mainly Germans are the superior race of the world. And they are the only fit to rule the world, others are to be ruled. And he highlighted that for all the problems of Germany, Jews, communists, socialists and Catholics are the reason. And he highlighted that. And they are unfit to live. Only Germans are to be lived. They should live. They have to rule the world. And to spread his Nazi principles, he appointed the ministers called Goebbels. Yeah. And to kill the enemies. Here he killed many Jews, communists and socialists and Catholics. Yeah. Here more than lakhs of people, Jews, were killed by Hitler. He uh, he kept these people into one chamber and released poisonous gas. That's a gas chamber. Yeah. So he killed lakhs of people there. And the cruel army to control the enemies, to kill the enemies formed by Hitler was the brown shirts. So he wrote one book actually. It is Mein Kampf, Mainkemf, Mein Kampf, KMF. Yes, yeah. And here the main camp, my campaign actually it is the meaning, and there he explained about that. And Hitler killed 6 million Jews and 1 billion others. Just imagine, 7 million people were killed by Hitler. And this killing, the mass killing in the gas chamber, etc., mass killing of Hitler is called as Holocaust. He implemented Nuremberg laws in 1935. And he imprisoned Jews Jews in the concentration camps, and killed them in gas chamber. Hitler's racial hatredness, this is racial hatredness. He upheld only the Aryan race, that is a superior race. So he supported Subhash Chandra Bose. Subhash Chandra Bose from North India, he was also Aryan, so he supported. Hitler's racial hatred ended with his death. He committed suicide. As I told earlier, he had that inferiority complex, so he committed suicide with his wife. Another dictator, Benito Mussolini. He was a dictator of Italy. And in his young age, he was very naughty. His mother was a teacher. She found very difficult to provide education to him. And finally, he completed his education and he became a teacher. But there also he could not continue. He was one type of revolutionist and he was a good orator. And afterwards he jumped into the politics and he became the Prime Minister of Italy. And he founded National Fascist Party. And here comparison, just observe Hitler and Mussolini. Hitler is the dictator of Germany, Mussolini is the dictator of Italy. And Hitler, his party, Nazi party, and Mussolini, fascist party. Hitler was the chancellor, Mussolini was the prime minister. And Hitler's army, brown shirts. Mussolini also started an army that is the black shirts. Okay, so like this is the comparison between these two. In 1925, he dismissed the democracy of Italy and legally and became the dictator of Italy. He destroyed all the political opponents by using the special police service called black shirts. And in the Second World War, he was assassinated in 1945. So these two dictators, because of that, Second World War started. So let us discuss about Second World War in 1939 to 1945. What are the causes? Treaty of Versailles, as I told earlier, the humiliating Treaty of Versailles was the main cause for the Second World War. Because of that, to take revenge for this humiliating treaty, Germany decided to fight. And extreme nationalism, again, that is the cause. An expansionist policy of Germany, Italy and Japan. They wanted to expand their empire. They wanted to rule the world. So this war-hungry people, because of them, here again dictators of Germany and Italy. They are power-hungry and war-hungry people. And failure of League of Nations. After First World War, to stop the future wars, League of Nations was established. Here, the main reason for the failure of League of Nations was America was not the member. The big country America was not the member of this League of Nations. And also to stop the wars, to stop the countries, those who expand, to stop the expansionist policy of Germany, Italy and Japan. League of Nations didn't have its own army. So there is a problem. And again here in this causes emergence of two groups. There we discussed triple entity and triple alliance, here Axis powers and allied powers. Germany, Italy and Japan comes under Axis powers. England, France, Russia and other countries allied powers. And there in the First World War we discussed about the immediate cause, assassination of Francis Ferdinand, Archduke Francis Ferdinand, the Austrian Crown Prince. So it's the immediate cause. But here in the immediate cause, Germany's attack on Poland on 1st September 1939 is the immediate cause. Okay, so like the Second World War started and Germany attacked on Poland, so England declared war on Germany to support Poland. And so here, mainly, as we discussed earlier, Hitler hate communist. Russia communist country. Because of the fear of attack of Hitler, immediately Russia entered into agreement, non-war pact with Germany on 24th August 1939. Now Hitler, he was safe actually. He could concentrate only on Europe. He entered an agreement with Italy. See now, Germany and Italy made an agreement. So petrol and fire came together and attacked on Denmark, Norway, Holland and captured most of the Western Europe. And tried to attack on England and wanted to defeat but could not. And after occupying these places in Europe, then Hitler thought of attacking on Russia. Adolf Hitler attack on Russia. And here, this made forced Russia to enter into the war. He broke the non-war pact, Hitler. And actually, there one mistake he did. With a big army, he entered into Russia, but it is in the wrong season. It is in the winter season he entered. The chilly cold winter season, he lost nearly 50% of his soldiers. They died of cold. And without waging war, he came back. That is a turning point actually. His 50% power reduced. So it made others to defeat him easily, especially in Stalingrad. And Hitler, so he attacked on Russia and Japan joined Germany. Japan joined because Germany continuously defeating other countries. So Japan joined towards that side and attacked the places of west of Pacific Ocean. There actually America, it was so silent. And in the Second World War also not participated in the beginning. But Japan attacked on Pearl Harbor of USA. So sleeping lion, America. Japan created a situation to make USA to enter into the war. So First World War, destruction, German submarines destroyed. England ship Lusitania was the cause for the entry of USA. And here Japan made an aerial attack on Pearl Harbor is the reason. Yes, Italy and Germany's effort to occupy the British colonies in North Africa and Suez Canal failed. British colonies they wanted to attack. But Japan this side just observed with the help of Japan, Subhash Chandra Bose, they attacked on India. India was a colony of England. Russia defeated Germany in Stalingrad. The Allied forces occupied Italy. And there, Italy, Mussolini surrendered. He was assassinated then. USA defeated Japan and regained its lost islands in Pacific Ocean. And the Red Army and Allied forces in Berlin, they defeated Germany and Germany surrendered. And Hitler, he went to his secret place and committed suicide with his wife. And to take revenge on the aerial attack of Japan on Pearl Harbor, USA dropped atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. On 6th August and 9th August 1945, Fat Man and Little Boy and Fat Man, two bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, two cities of Japan, which turned into ashes. And the first time atomic bomb was used in the human life, and the effect of that bomb now also newly born children in Japan, they were handicapped. So technology is so much developed now. If the third world war, if we observe any third world war, definitely the life on the earth will be wiped out. And the pilot who dropped the bomb, he observed that destruction there, first time in the human life it is. He became mad. See how much destruction. And Japan surrendered unconditionally and the Second World War ended on 15th August 1945. This is about Second World War. Yeah? And what are the effects of the war? It caused utmost misery and death, brought the social, political and economic changes in the world, because it is the effect of the war not only to the countries which participated, other countries also get affected. Political effects, economic effects and social effects. And in the place of League of Nations failed, so in the place of League of Nations, UNO came into existence. And you know how UNO came in the previous lesson we discussed. And the victory countries like England, China, USA, USSR and France became the permanent members of the UN Security Council. Between after Second World War, USA and USSR, Cold War started. What is Cold War? Let us discuss in the same lesson next. The colonies of Asia and Africa achieved independence. Many colonies, European countries, they had colonies in Asia and Africa, including India. And these colonies, they got independence because these countries, the European countries, they became weak because of the war. And the European countries like England, France and other European countries lost their colonies. So these are the effects of the war. So war, how dangerous. How much destruction do we need that? What did we achieve by doing this much destruction? Hitler, what did he do? He committed suicide finally. What did he achieve? So we have to stop that. We have to think about the peace, not peace. Thank you for listening to me. So with another video I will come. Thank you. Thank you very much.